Hi guys, Mr. Sonnenberg here. Today we're going to be talking about exothermic and endothermic reactions. So basically reactions that give off heat and reactions that absorb heat. So let's start with exothermic reactions. So like I said, those are the reactions that give off heat or give off energy. So examples of exothermic reactions would be making ice cubes, okay, as one example, or a candle flame. Strike a match, candle's lit, it's giving off heat. Also, burning sugar. So if we burn sugar, okay, again, we're giving off heat when we do that. And then the last one is mixing water with calcium chloride, which you guys did or should have done in your lab in one of your activities. Was the first combination was we had warm water, or we had water in the bag, and you put calcium chloride in there. What actually happened is it creates a warm sensation. So what are some uses for exothermic reactions? Well, we have hot packs. I don't know how many of you have ever used that, but an exothermic reaction occurring, or a chemical reaction where you can create heat. That would be kind of like calcium chloride and water. Can create heat that'll last for a while to keep you warm. I know firefighters use it. I know the instructor of the hockey academy uses it as well. But I have a Bunsen burner, exothermic reaction, creating a flame. And then also look over at the picture on the right, with a launch pad. Okay, so exothermic reactions are giving off heat, and sometimes we have to understand if something is exothermic or endothermic. So let's talk about endothermic reactions right now. So these are the reactions that absorb energy. So some examples of these reactions that absorb energy are melting ice cubes. It takes the heat. It takes the heat from whatever source or substance it's in or around it, and it uses that heat to melt it. Okay, so it absorbs the heat, and then that's what causes it to melt. Baking bread, same thing. It absorbs the heat from the oven to cause the yeast to grow. Cooking eggs, same thing. The eggs wouldn't get hard if they weren't absorbing the heat from the pan or whatever they're being cooked in. And then the last one is producing sugar by photosynthesis. What happens is photosynthesis is basically how we synthesize sugar for plants and their energy. So what happens is the sun shines in down on the plants, and then the plants absorb that sun's light, and then they use it to produce sugar. It's pretty interesting. So what are some uses of this? Well, I just have a picture. For all you athletes out there, I know I've used a million of these cold packs. So you pop it, there's a chemical reaction that occurs inside, you shake it up, the contents, and it gets cold. And then you can use it to ice any injuries you may have at the time. What else? Well, when we bake, we absorb. We put something in maybe raw, it absorbs the heat, it cooks it. Okay, so that's an endothermic reaction. So what I have here at the end is I have kind of a cool little lab or experiment that you can view on an example of an endothermic reaction. So I'll leave you with that. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.